Awesome. To get back into the swing of things, we were in the Seamstress site, which is basically it's one of the play sites, and we logged in through Adilas demo and password of 1234. You got tons and tons of different options that you can choose from, tons of different things. We were in one called the Seamstress, which is basically dealing with sewing and projects and stuff like that. Well, one of the things that we did is we created 2 time templates, and we also were dealing with some customers. I'd like to roll back to customers for just a minute, wrap up a few pieces there, and then come back to elements of time. Okay?
You'll have an e-commerce comment.
Okay, great. You know what? We're actually kind of currently at a light breaking point, meaning like we can go in any direction. So if he has a comment or a question, let's field it.
Okay. So Joab said that his first impression of e-commerce was a customer being able to put their inventory on the web for public access. Now e-commerce will also be for Adilas to distribute and sell worlds to customers, is his question.
Guess what? Our product that Adilas sells is a virtual world for you, okay? So we are going to be e-commercing, selling a virtual world online. We're also going to sell spots on the thing called Adilas World, which is a site for professionals. Are you a setup person? Are you a back-end programmer? Are you a graphic designer? We're going to actually sell a slot, $47. You put up your profile, and all of a sudden the Adilas customers, the community, would then basically be able to go there and serve that kind of stuff up. Steve's already been working on some of that already, and there's a bunch of cool drawings and okay, you asked, I'll give you a small little preview here, okay? These are just, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to just show you a few little cool drawings that we got from a guy by the name of Russell Moore to help us out with Adilas World. I'm just real quick jumping into Russell's stuff. And we'll just pop through these really quick. Actually, what I'll do is I'll close this down and we'll do thumbnails so I can kind of find it faster. But what I wanted to do is actually show you some of the graphics that he's already created for us. And it doesn't look like this was the right spot. Oh, here it is. Okay, so basically, this was a very brief type of deal, but imagine some sort of thing like this, okay? So these are just some simple little graphics, and these were just laid out as a quick mock-up, if you will. But if you wanted to be under the bookkeepers, you would click this, and all of a sudden it would say, Sherry Olin, she charges $30 an hour. Here's what her specialties are. We're going to sell services of people who have those type of things. You click on this one right here. Hey, Roxanne is really good at setup, you know, and she can do this and this and this. And Joe, he's actually a consultant. And Santiago, he's a salesperson, you know, whatever. Russell Moore, he might be in, like, these are just the opening pieces, if you will, to kind of like get some of the pieces of the puzzle working. But I just wanted to kind of show you a light little, things are working towards Adilas World, but that's what we're going to sell. We're going to sell, hey, do you want to be a part of the Adilas World or community, or do you want to just buy yourself a new little Adilas account? Okay, so that's what we're going to be using for e-commerce. I could see people who would be selling time. We have a company right now that's asked us, hey, can you guys basically do online reservations and stuff like that? Guess what they're selling? They're not actually selling any physical items. They're selling a reservation, a booking, a guide service, time at the rifle range for shooting. They're selling whatever. So where we want to go with it, and this is all kind of futuristic, but this is where we're headed with it. If we say API level, we basically say we've got all of these database tables, literally hundreds of tables. We're storing, we're connecting your data, we're doing all this kind of stuff. Imagine if you could virtually say, of these pieces, I want to expose this or this to my customers, and then allow them to kind of play in those levels. And so I think it could be really cool. Like, what do you want to sell? Great. Do we hold and track that? If we don't, we can use FlexGrid. If we need to, we can even add more custom tables. Like, the whole thing, we're building it. We have to build it so that people can use it and consume it, but eventually what's going to end up happening is at the world building level, people actually really, really want to see that particular thing. So like, if you're talking clear at the world building level, where you have the universe in the world and the location and the areas and stuff, they're going to want to customize it to their own little look and feel and what they want, okay? I sell time. I sell virtual subscriptions. I sell physical items. I don't even want somebody to log into my site unless I know that they're already a member, and then I can show them my pricing or whatever. Like, that's going to, there's no way that we could put all of those settings under one roof. We have to kind of push it out to the next level, which is called an API, or make it consumable to people. This is a total tangent. All day today and yesterday we've been talking about tools. We have multiple pages, currently about 11. We're just brainstorming. But what we were working on really quick is the one right before this was software. And then we went to web and cloud. And guess what? It goes even beyond this. Like, we started way up on Mind, and then paper and pencil, Word documents, spreadsheets, databases, software, web and cloud. Currently, Adilas is in the web cloud entity, almost software sort of web cloud. We can see that it's going to go even further, and we would technically be calling that kind of to the world building level as far as API custom areas. This is a funny little picture, and I know it's not very big here. I would actually have to log in order to click through. Got my brother. He's actually going to be building us a fun little commercial. It's going to show Adilas, the logo of Adilas, like an engine, the Adilas engine, and then you're going to be able to customize it and skin it and kind of create your flavor and whatever. Is it a spaceship, a motorcycle, a sports car? Is it the minivan? like, what's your flavor? Another version of this would imagine Adilas, and then you can basically have like almost like a malt shop, like you're picking and choosing your different flavors. Do you like sundaes? Do you like cones or malts, or do you want the caramel nut fudge sundae? Like, what it is basically it's picking and choosing, and then you building it to the level that you need to. Just like we were talking elements of time, it's literally this kind of a thing. I want a new one, I want to name it, and I want to start assigning what do I want it to do, okay? Types and functions, click, 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 yep, set this up, click, click, click. Like, literally, this is kind of where we see it kind of heading in some of those different directions. But that was a total random tangent. So anyway, I'll come back.
It was answering good questions.
Are there any other questions? Thank you for letting me go off on a random tangent, but that'll kind of just show you some of the futuristic pieces of where we're going. It deals with interface. It deals with look and feel. It deals with all kinds of stuff. And so we're going to be recruiting help, and we're heading forward in that direction. So, Shannon, any other questions?
Not that I can do thus far.
Okay, great.